Welcome to Discover La Jolla, where we shine a light on the jewel of San Diego, La Jolla, California. I'm here with Craig Sewell from Promiscuous Fork.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming on the podcast today.
Of
We're
course.
excited to learn more about you and also your restaurant, Promiscuous Fork. So let's dive in. How did you get started in the industry?
Washing dishes when I was 14, place, and just worked up to a waiter, a busser, waiter, bartended for 21 years. My last stint was at Ruth Chris, and then I met my business partner, Ray.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we started catering La Jolla Farmers Market, and then catering, and then we got into our restaurant.
Very cool.
12 years.
You've been in your restaurant for how long?
Just over 12 years.
12 years. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have multiple locations?
I did. We had a second location in Crown Point for about 4.5 years, and then we got rid of that one and just came back and just have the catering.
Awesome.
And the restaurant together.
So tell us a little bit about the menu at Promiscuous Fork. So what really inspires the dishes, and what goes into what you're choosing to put on the menu and give to customers?
Some of it came from catering, and I just made it into a sandwich form or a burger or something like that. There's not a lot of rhyme and reason. It's kind of whatever. It's my palate, basically. So I'm kind of hoping that people like my palate, and they seem to have. I wanted a very unassuming beach style sandwiches and burgers and things. When I travel, I get inspired, and I'll come back and figure out how to make that mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are some of the places that you've traveled to that have drawn inspiration?
Hawaii. I was in Kailua Beach, and I had a pizza that had Kailua pork and hoisin on it. And I came back and I said, so I made a quesadilla out of it, and I called it a Kailua pork quesadilla.
Ooh,
That's where I got inspired. Yeah,
that's very creative.
It was kind of neat. Croatia, had a fish in Croatia that was just amazing, and then something just popped in my head, and I just start making it.
Yeah.
And I won't sleep for 3 days until I figure out what's going on with it.
Do you offer any specials, or is it just what's on the
I
menu?
give my guys their full autonomy. I'll run specials. I'll smoke some ribs, or we'll do. My wife's Filipino, so I do pork adobo over rice. Just inspired by her.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds good. I love that you have like a mix from different cultures, but then also still playing on those like very easy, accessible, favorites that you could take to the beach since you are in La Jolla.
And a very unassuming basket.
Yes.
We just wanted. At first, we did baskets because we didn't want to wash too many dishes, but we realized you got to wash everything.
Yeah.
so I wanted you to get an amazing meal in a very casual kind of style atmosphere.
Yeah, I love that. And you've been in La Jolla for 12 years. What makes serving La Jolla special, and how have you given back over the years?
I lived in La Jolla for 22 years. I lived right across the street from the restaurant, and I knew that La Jolla needed something like that. When we started, we wanted to feel like you're on vacation. It's a very small place. Amazing staff. My staff I've got people that have been with me since day one.
Wow.
Yeah. Got a manager, Joe, and my head guy, G, in the kitchen. Amazing. They're both just truly amazing people.
Yeah, that says a lot that you've had staff that have stuck with you for all these years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they really believe in you, the restaurant, the product, and the overall vision.
Mm-hmm.
So what's something that you love about La Jolla? What's your favorite part?
The people.
The people.
Yeah. Yeah, we have good regulars that come in 3-4 times a week. I'm sorry. Yeah, a week. They're great. They're like family.
I love that you're so well supported by the community, especially being there for so many years.
I have an employee working for me, and she's been coming since she was 6.
Wow.
And she's 18 now.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's full circle.
Almost a homegrown employee.
Yes.
Almost, yeah.
I love that. Well, maybe she'll be a manager one day.
Yeah, we'll see. She's going off to college, so
nice.
We wish her the best of luck.
Yeah, well, very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today and sharing more about the history behind Promiscuous Fork. Now, if someone's watching this and they want to learn more about you, come visit. Where can they find you, and where can they take a look at the menu?
6984 La Jolla Boulevard, right next to between the Rigobertos and the liquor box.
Perfect.
So right there, and just take your stuff to go if you need, and walk down to the beach and look out for the seagulls.
Awesome. Well,
because they're a little aggressive.
They'll take it. Thank you so much, Craig.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Welcome to Discover La Jolla, where we shine a light on the jewel of San Diego, La Jolla, California. I'm here with Tira, the general manager for Cope House, and also Chef Lance, who's the chef at Cope House. So let's talk about the restaurant a little bit and why it's so unique to La Jolla.
Well, we opened in 2019. We took over a space that had long housed a restaurant. And so, that was kind of tough being, somewhere that that we had to kind of take over.
Right, you're like the new kids on the block.
The new kids on the block, and for a place that La Jolla really loved. I think after the pandemic and all of that, we kind of found our footing, found our home, and created a nice community and vibe around us.
And you have such a beautiful location. So if someone isn't familiar with Cope House, tell them about kind of like where you're located, where you're situated, and how they can find you.
Yeah, we're located on Girard and Coast. So we're steps from Kellogg Park by the seals and sea lions. So world-class destination that people are walking across every single day. Which is awesome, and we have a great view of the Pacific Ocean as our office view.
I
We celebrated our 5th year anniversary today.
Yep.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
Pretty happy about that.
Yeah, now tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the menu and what food offerings you have.
So we do, we serve brunch and like a late happy hour to about 6 o'clock. We open at 9 o'clock every day. Classic kind of American with infusions of Baja and Asian stuff and different like culture like stuff in there, but mostly like focus on like the breakfast style, fresh ingredients. Try to source everything local as possible. Get our eggs from Valley Center, stuff like that. Trying to use the best of quality stuff that we can possibly get.
Right.
So you'll taste the food. You'll see the difference in what we do. We try to change the menu at least 4 times a year, if not more, depending going through the seasons and stuff like that.
So seasonally right now, what's been one of your most popular menu items?
The summer salad. The heirloom tomatoes right now and that are killer. Exactly, using all, the best things of summer, avocado, corn, heirloom tomatoes. I have that salad at least twice a week right now.
Now, celebrating your 5th year in La Jolla, what makes serving La Jolla so special? What do you love about La Jolla?
I think we get to see people from all over the world, which is pretty amazing. We live and work where people vacation, and I think that's a really, not a lot of people can say that. And
we're a destination spot for California. Whenever you come to Southern California or San Diego, always one of those spots you just have to go to, and just to see the sea lions and the cove, and just everything around there is beautiful. So it's people around there are great. The neighborhood's great, very communal. We have a lot of locals that are there almost on a daily basis, which is great community, and that we can say that is great too.
Yeah.
And do you offer any special events at your restaurant, or do you do any special dinners?
Yeah, our normal hours are 9 to 6. We started a Cove House dinner series that we try to do once a month. So kind of carefully curated with a beer, wine, or spirit partner. And we do 5 courses made up. Chef just kills it on the menu every time with our team.
It kind of gives us a chance to take off the gloves, if you will, like not play it safe. I guess we're not playing it safe per se, but like get to have the freedom kind of do whatever we want,
Yeah.
And expand little bit of the menu and do something very, very creative or stuff that people might not have seen before.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely a need in La Jolla.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have like creative dining and they're always looking for new things. So that's awesome that you're appealing to that clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have a dinner series coming up. September is our next one for Orin Swift, so that should be fun. That's a pretty popular, well-known winery. So, you know, stuff like that is always fun to work with. So, very unique stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit different than other people are doing.
Yeah. Because our hours, you know, we're done at 6 o'clock, so people don't, you know, you can have dinner once a month or so with us, but we also have a really great space located, you know, steps from the ocean, an event space. We do private events, you know, that do a lot of wedding after parties or rehearsal dinners and stuff like that. So really utilizing our location and space kind of towards the end of the day, catch a beautiful sunset. And
I know you guys have such a great location. It's amazing that you can offer it for dining and then also for events or people wanting to use the space, you know, for other things going on in their life. But thank you so much for coming on the podcast today and sharing more about Cove House. Now, where can they find you? What are the hours, just so we can get the word out more about your beautiful restaurant?
Yeah, we are at 8030 Girard, on the corner there of Coast and Girard. And we're 9 to 6 every day unless we have a special event going on. And yeah, breakfast and brunch and happy hour 7 days a week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the
You're
podcast.
welcome.
It was such a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome to Discover La Jolla, where we shine a light on the jewel of San Diego, La Jolla, California. I'm here with Vahid Moradi from CJ Charles Jewelry.
Hi,
Hi.
great to be here.
Yes, thank you so much
Thank you for the invite.
Of course, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank
We're
you.
very excited to learn more about you and your jewelry company, and you have 7 boutiques. So let's talk about that and the history behind it.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. We have 7 boutiques. One is located in University Town Center. That's somewhat is a new addition for us since 2018. But the start of our business happened on Prospect Street in La Jolla. I consider myself a local in La Jolla. I grew up there. Our flagship store, CJ Charles Jewelers, was a tiny estate jewelry store way before I got to be involved with it. And since then, since I took it over, and since then it's grown quite a bit. It's made babies, great babies. You know, we have we're in a world of luxury, so we kind of expanded on the highest level watches. We call them timepieces, and superb, exceptional jewelry.
And what brands do your boutiques offer?
Our main flagship brand, I would say, is Cartier. Cartier's been a part of our company since 2003. Amazing partners, great legacy. Their history with ladies, women jewelry go back over a century, and their sense of history and tradition is phenomenal. And Cartier is a part of the Richemont Group. Richemont Group owns their shooting star, or their main powerhouse is, of course, Cartier. They have other brands that are sister brands to Cartier, such as Panerai, IWC, Jaeger-LeCoultre. These are also within our collection of boutiques. For those, we have individual boutiques. And aside from that, we also have an Omega boutique that is new for us since last year. We have a history with Omega, that they were a part of our company, and we brought them back again in a boutique format.
Now, what would you say within the La Jolla community as your most popular brand, or what pieces do La Jollans really love?
I mean, La Jolla, the world, it's a very, I would say, it's a very obscure concept to the world. Here we have a world of luxury, best real estate in the world, climate, best people. I mean, we have some of the best people living within La Jolla. Great neighbors. I grew up in this town, and I can tell you, they're spectacular people. Except we're not so well known worldwide. That was always an anomaly to me. Mm-hmm. But I never lost faith. The expansions we could have done in any city when I was starting our business. We could have been in Los Angeles, Newport Beach, in University Town Center, in Fashion Valley, which are closer.
Right.
We chose La Jolla because I wanted to give the clientele an elevated experience, that they are someplace that people only dream of. Mm-hmm. Just to walk the streets is a privilege.
Yes, no, definitely. It's such a beautiful neighborhood of San Diego, and you also are a part of a lot of local La Jolla events. So
yes. Let's
talk about those. I know that you play a heavy hand in Concours. Tell us what's on the horizon for this year and coming into next.
Well, a good friend of mine, Mike Dorvier, asked me several years ago if I wanted to be a part of the Concours d'Elegance in La Jolla, and that was a privilege I couldn't refuse. I did. As a part and parcel of being involved with them, I wanted to kind of show our appreciation and involvement. So I kind of twisted the arms of some of my brands to take part in it with me as partners, and it's been a success story for everyone. We brought awareness to how the world of luxury works in general, and how incredibly it works within the La Jolla community. We have the DNA for it. I just needed to highlight it.
Yeah.
And I think we've done that somewhat successfully. We're just going to continue on expanding on that.
Wonderful. Now, do you have any events coming up with your boutiques for the end of this year?
So we do have a grand opening official grand opening for Omega Boutique. The boutique's been open several months, and it's been crazy. We can't keep people out of it. There are a lot of collectors that come in and are followers of the brand and collectors of the brand. But the official grand opening would be a good kickoff.
Okay. And when is that going to be?
In November.
Oh, wonderful. So it's coming up.
It's coming up. It's right around the corner.
Very exciting. Well, thank you so much for sharing more about you, your history, and how you got started with CJ Charles Jewelers.
Thank you.
And if someone's interested in learning more about you and your boutiques, where can they find you?
Well, vahid@cjcharles.com is my personal email. They can connect with us, or info@cjcharles.com, and we can respond to them 24 hours a day. We're there. The door's open. We're a very, very family-oriented company. People think we're beyond approach and it's too fancy, but no, you
have something for everyone.
We kept that spirit of the family within the company.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
on the podcast.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Welcome to Discover La Jolla, where we shine a light on the jewel of San Diego, La Jolla, California. I'm here with John Masonabe from Box Brothers La Jolla.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on the Discover La Jolla podcast
Absolutely.
today.
Thank you for having me.
Box Brothers, they've been in La Jolla for quite a long time.
They have.
So tell us about the business and why you decided to take over and how that's been going for you.
So Box Brothers has been a part of the community for well before my time. I don't reside in La Jolla, so La Jolla was a new venture for me to go out to. I used to run another small business, a small trucking business. We used to go over the road or local and long distance loads. That business slowed down. California had different rules that kind of minimized that option. I ended up finding Box Brothers listed on a business website, found it for sale. It was in my wheelhouse. And I said, I think I can do this. I think I can run this business, and put in the offer. Spoke to the owner. At the end of the day, ended up buying it at the end of 2022, late November, which is the busy season for us. And I hit the ground running. went through training with the previous owner, trained me for a few months, and then I've just been running it ever since. I have a team of 3 employees, 2 managers, and another guy that runs in between both locations.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, since you've been, I guess, relatively new to the business, what are some of the challenges that you've been facing starting off as a small business owner?
So what I've learned, this is my first brick and mortar, I guess you could say. So I've learned a lot of things. One, it can be difficult to run a small business in La Jolla. You're battling a lot of the big boxes or bigger names that can keep prices, very low, and they have a lot more employees. But the one thing that's helped us out, I believe, is being a small business allows us to have a personal relationship with our customers, to be able to turn around our job times, our workloads a lot quicker than, say, the larger companies. Another thing for us is we're more of a niche, and not that we don't have a lot of competition out there, which is great. So we're able to get things done more efficiently, and like I said, do more customization for our customers on a personal level, and really kind of hone in on what they need. But running a small business has its ups and downs, its highs and lows. Summer times are slower time. People seem to go on vacation, be out of town. Mm-hmm. We're now approaching our busy season, which is the fall and into the winter. November, December are hands down our busiest 2 months, which is great. And then it rolls over into the new year. But it's an up and down. It's a roller coaster. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we're doing well. Sometimes I'm just getting bills paid.
Right.
And making sure everyone's paid. And
ebbs and flows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at Box Brothers, what services do you specifically offer for the La Jolla community?
So we're custom crating, palletizing, or boxing. For example, we deal with fine art or any type of art pieces. We work with a couple of art galleries that come to us with their art pieces that they need to ship anywhere around the world, but say they're shipping to New York. Well, we'll custom wood crate that art piece, foam line the inside of it, protect it with glassine or whatever we need to do to structurally protect it. Then it's protected by the wood crating. Then we take that crate and we ship it usually through freight. If it's too large to go through FedEx or UPS, which 9 times out of 10 it is, we have contracts with freight companies that will take it either air, over a truck, sometimes overseas, if we're going international.
I love that.
So we specialize in custom crating. We will palletize or package almost anything you bring us. We're not picky. Mm-hmm. As long as it can be accepted wherever it's going and it passes through customs, we'll send it.
Right.
Medical equipment, artwork. La Jolla has a lot of art, so we deal with a lot of art galleries and artwork, but we've done medical equipment, large. Right now we're getting ready to ship a baby grand piano across the country, and my crate builder is building that as we speak, and so we're getting ready to ship that. So really, if you bring it to us and we can ship it, we will. We'll get it shipped, and we'll get it over to anyone that needs it shipped. So we'll also go down to the smallest packages as well. If you have a general small package you need to take or ship anywhere like a UPS or FedEx, we do UPS, FedEx, DHL, and USPS. So we'll take all the packages you have from the smallest. If you have a large custom job that everyone else is telling you no, we'll do everything we can to tell you yes. We'll get it shipped and created for you.
Yeah, I love that you do, like you said, from the small to the big, and you really, work with a customer if they have something that's a little bit more custom that needs special packaging, that you offer those services.
We do.
Very cool. Yeah. Now, being in La Jolla, what's your favorite part about La Jolla, and why do you love serving clients in La Jolla?
So once again, La Jolla is new to me, and I found out La Jolla is actually a much tighter knit community than I thought it was. A lot of loyalty-based customers that come to us, that have been coming to us prior to me, still come to Box Brothers. I introduce myself as the new owner. I have my manager, Victor, running our La Jolla store. My crate builder runs out of our Kearney Mesa location because that's where our warehouse is. And then my other associate, Brandon, helped Victor run the store in La Jolla and my other location on larger crate jobs. but we see a lot of regular customers coming back, and also word of mouth is huge within our customers, showing once again that La Jolla is a community. They'll come back, and I try to treat them well, and they treat us well by spreading the word and recommending us to friends or family that also need whatever job they needed done.
Yes, and being a well-known name in La Jolla and just under new ownership,
right.
I'm sure having the community support you is so advantageous for your business.
Right, and La Jolla is great because you have your regulars I've met so many wonderful people up there. And then you have your tourists, right? And we'll have people come in that are here from wherever, and they say they buy a bunch of stuff and they need to send it back home.
Right.
Boom, they come to us. We'll package everything and send it over. No questions asked.
Yeah, you make it easy, and you offer a lot of services for customers looking for anything, really, whether it's like those big art pieces or just local tourists.
Right, and nothing's too small, nothing's too big for us, so don't be deterred to come and ask us for either a quote or give us what you need done, because we have single wall cardboard boxes all the way up to wood crates, and we'll do it all. We'll do everything we can to get your item shipped or moved wherever you need it to.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John, for sharing more about Box Brothers on the podcast. And where can they find you, and what are your store hours?
Store hours, we're Monday through Friday right now. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We're at 1130 Wall Street in La Jolla. Come see us anytime. Call us at any time. Our website is lajollaboxbrothers.com. Go to our website, look at our store hours. You can email us or call us, get a quote. All we need are dimensions, weights, and where it's going. And we can give you a pretty accurate quote. My freight manager is incredible at giving an accurate quote, and we try to keep our prices competitive. And like I said, we have a good personal service with our customers, and you can speak to me directly if you need to, or any one of us, and we'll try to take care of you as best we can.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the information. Yeah. Super helpful. And be sure to check out Box Brothers if you're needing any services of the sort in La Jolla. Welcome to Discover La Jolla, where we shine a light on the jewel of San Diego, La Jolla, California. I'm here with Lisila from Lisila Boutique.
Correct. Good girl.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. We're excited to learn a little bit more about you and kind of how you got started in La Jolla.
Yeah, thank you for having me first. It's really kind of you. Where we begin? 35 years ago, I just come on vacation. I met he was my fiancé. He was a model in Milan. I was modeling in Milan. We just met. Born and raised, he is in La Jolla. So I come visit. I was a lover of La Jolla, like many people. Before you know it, I don't know anything else. I grew up in the fashion. I model all my life. I did technology of fabric in Paris. So I know only textile, fashion, all my life. I studied 3 years, technology of fabric. And then I was a buyer. Et voilà. When I come to La Jolla, I can't do anything else. Only to open my boutique, which I call it my name, Lisila. It was really hard, 1991, Prospect Street. Mm-hmm. And this is where it's begun. I just opened with not speaking English. I'm not very well speaker. And it was a ride. But 35 years later, I think.
Wow.
I'm still here, so.
That's such an accomplishment that you have been in business for so long, and probably so well adopted by the community. What types of clothing and fashions do you offer in your shop?
I think my fashion is very unusual. This is why it took me a long time. I work 7 days a week. It was not it's not things you can see it. You have to see things you touch. And when I began my business, I was the first one to bring Dolce & Gabbana. When 91, nobody know who's Dolce & Gabbana.
Wow.
I was the first one to bring Versace. It was another era. A lot of name. Anna Molinari, Blue Marine. Since I was living in Milan, so my access of fashion, I was like, I know everything what people think. But my fashion, I love it. It's love, a lot of love in it. It's not only fashion. I love fabrics. I love texture. I love stitches. I can tell you what you're wearing with not knowing.
Wow.
It's for me, it's art. It's you're wearing your art and you show who you are. So for me, fashion, like when people tell me, what's the color of, it's not my fashion. Mm-hmm. My fashion, what's your life? How you live, where you live. This is why I ask people. And it was really difficult to educate people about my fashion. This is why after when I saw nobody understand me too much, I began building beautiful people. And I began strictly by appointment because you need time with me. Mm-hmm. You have to give me the time. And it's really expensive. It's a lot of zero with good fashion. And I give you quality forever. I have the same clientele. For 35 years, the same people. Now I dress their kids.
Wow.
My kids grow with them. My kids grow up in the boutique. And so I create really story. Actually, when they come, it's wonderful what they said. They always said, it's experience at Lisila.
Yes.
And I build the community from everywhere. You go to Texas. I dress family, like big crowd of family. A lot of Mexican from Mexico City, from New York. I have clients all over the world, which I love, and it's a cocktail of people. I dress everybody.
Wow.
It's like I have the 18. I think I'm a great buyer because I resist in this fashion, really unusual, because my fashion, when I tell them the name, and I tell them, don't worry, D-Square, now you don't know who's D-Square, but give me 20 years.
Yes.
Now D-Square everywhere.
It's popular. Mm-hmm.
Balenciaga, I'm the first one to bring it to La Jolla. It was my boutique, actually. It's not even in Prospect. I was in Bird Rock by then. I moved to Bird Rock. I was scared of the expensive rent, whatever. And I moved to Bird Rock, and I have Balenciaga, which nobody Balenciaga. Nobody want to buy Balenciaga. And then I push my client again. And when they become famous, I don't want them. This is my drama. So I don't continue when they become for everybody.
So it's more accessible.
Yeah. So this is my fashion. I have to look, I have to travel a lot, and I have to see so many designers to pick up what my people have to have. And I decide for my client. This is another power I have, which I love.
And what's been very popular with your La Jolla clients this past year, just style-wise, or what have people been leaning towards?
They like colors. After we left, of course, the sad years of COVID, people, they be slouchy, a lot of tennis shoes. We did a lot of sweat. We did even little chic pyjama. I think now they're coming out this year. They want a flower.
Yep.
They want colors. They want to be happy. They want to show their beautiful skin because staying 3 years, I think the skin, because everybody changed. They're happy to go out, so they dress happy, nice. A lot of chin, like you hear my chin. I'm so sorry. A lot of bangles, it's
wonderful.
Fun. Like really, they become like, almost like I call them avant-garde. They're not scared to wear things.
Yeah, they're breaking out of their shell a little bit.
Yes, voila. Yes. They change it. It's wonderful. It's like almost like, change me up. Okay, I'm yours now. I'm going to wear the puffy skirt. I'm going to be like this, my kofta.
Yes,
I have to have it's more fun.
I love that.
Yes, it's fabulous. For me too.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about how you got started, your boutique. Now, if someone wants to get an appointment with you and, learn more about your services, how can they get in touch?
Just they call us at 858-688-3849. And we are there 7 days a week. We don't have time. If you're the client, you want to come at 7 o'clock because the traffic with the parking, we have the drama of the park. Mm-hmm. We are available at 7. We are available at 6 in the morning. We're always available. I almost call myself 911 because when they call me, I'm there.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
you.
We really
thank
you for having me. I hope I have you too.